Oh, they did.
Yeah.
And they did. And next, we will have coming down the big dogs, the women's youth 8 final, which will be in lane 1, Greenwich Crew, lane 2, USR HB Camp, lane 3, Row West Racing Camp, lane 4, Ready Set Row, lane 5, Row West Racing Camp B, lane 6, TBC Racing. And these are going to be the 8 are your fastest boat class. So this will be a quick race and one of the fastest races you will see today.
Yeah, yeah, and it's the youth race as well. So it's, either girls who are seniors or they're 18, maybe 19 years old, or they just graduated from high school, filling in that that special designation that U.S. Rowing allowed for this year in the youth category instead of in the U19 category.
Right.
So,
And so I'm sure a lot of these ladies in these boats have gone to go on the road in college. I'm sure there's some pretty decent D1 athletes or future D1 athletes in all of these boats here. 'Cause
Right.
Again, these are the best of the best and what U.S. Rowing Summer Nationals has to offer.
Right, and it's not just medals on the line for a bunch of these girls who aren't yet committed to colleges, but for this race, for some of the rising seniors, it's also a way to get noticed by colleges.
Absolutely.
Winning youth summer nationals is a pretty big deal, and having that on your resume when you're applying to colleges with rowing programs, if you want to continue in university, is pretty big.
Right, and it looks like we have lane 3 leading the way here, followed by lane 4 here. But everybody is being connected by the stern deck and bow ball. There is still contact between all 6 crews, which means anything can happen in this race.
Yeah, Row West Racing Camp is trying to move away from the rest of the field, but as they're moving up on those boats in lanes 5 and 6, they're really taking the rest of their side of the field with them in lane 4, 1, and 2, with Ready, Set, Row really making a huge push to try and hang on with them. And it looks like the other boats from Greenwich Crew and U.S. Rowing High Performance Camp are trying to push along up and gaining a little bit of speed as they come up to the 1,000-meter mark.
And this is where they push again for that middle 1,000 here, who can hold on to that power the longest through this middle piece, because they are all connected right now. So
yeah,
honestly, I think that is what is going to be the deciding factor, especially going into that sprint.
Yeah,
obviously you can do anything for a minute, but
right.
During that middle piece, for me, I don't think I could do anything in that middle piece. That middle piece is very hard.
Oh yeah, you just have to set your rhythm and
yeah.
hope that it's the right rhythm.
Yeah, you just gotta hope and pray and lead. Like your faith has to be up to par.
Yeah, and it gets tested.
Oh,
it certainly does.
Tested is an understatement.
Right. Especially in these 8s, smaller boats will have a little bit of a slower stroke rating. They move a little bit slower, but in these 8s, it's all about that momentum.
All about the momentum.
Once you get them moving, your stroke seat sets that pace, and you got to follow them no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah.
And you need to keep up with the person in front of you.
Yeah. I was actually really surprised this past spring how fast some of these crews were going down the line for Stotesbury Cup and the SRAA Nationals. They were hitting stroke ratings of like 38 and 40 going down the line.
Love it.
As their base rate, which is insane.
That is insane. For high school, that is insane.
Yeah, so these kids are really, really leaning into it, and they're trying to set a totally different pace than what we grew up with like 32, 34 in a big boat, right?
And it looks like, this might get a little spicy here. It looks like lane 5 has started to walk on lane 4.
Oh, that's huge. And they've come past the 1,000-meter mark. They're right in between that and the 500-meter mark. So they're really trying to set their position coming into the last 500 before they have to sprint, and they've got to fend off any attacks from other boats.
This is going to be hot tamale spicy right here.
Oh, my God. It's going to be a barn burner of a race.
Absolutely. Look at that. You have 4 boats that look like they're going to be in contention for 3 medals. Who will take them?
Yeah, it's because it's 8s, it's a whole bunch of athletes really just fighting for it. You got 54 athletes, including those coxswains, in these 6 boats, really just trying to get their boat down the line, and that's a lot of hope in each boat.
Right.
Yeah.
No, this is I'm actually like excited. I mean, honestly, every race I'm excited for. But these races right here, especially on finals day, I mean, again, anything can happen, and you've seen multiple upsets in the past few races that have went down the line already. So
Right, right. Yeah, they're coming through the 500-meter mark now, 500 meters to go, and they are all going to keep their eyes on the sprints, and the coxswains are going to be gearing them all up to just stay mentally fresh for that last like minute 45 seconds of the race.
this is going to be, oh man, this is going to be good.
Yeah, and
We
there's
are-
there's contact between the first and second place crews. They're in the middle of the race course between Row West Racing Camp and Ready Set Row, as well as between the really the rest of the field. It looks like Greenwich Crew and U.S. Rowing High Performance Camp may have a bit of a lead, but the other folks on the other side of the course at Row West Racing Camp B and TBC Racing aren't
Yo,
too
this
far
is gonna be
behind.
sick. I can see. I'm not even looking at camera. I can see them coming through the last, and they have jacked the rate up.
Oh yeah,
They have really jacked. All of them have jacked the rate up.
Yep.
This is going to be a sick finish.
It's a huge sprint coming out of all of these boats, and a lot of excitement here on the shoreline with people yelling both underneath the finish line tower and on the shoreline about 200 meters up.
I don't want to blow y'all ears out, but I really want to yell too, because this is going to be insane.
This
right
is
here.
really anybody's
4
game.
boats, 3 medals.
Greenwich Crew made a huge move to come
My
up with
God.
the other crews. It looks like they're walking through the rest of
Oh,
the
my
field.
goodness.
Big move in the last,
This is
200, 150
insane.
meters of the race.
Yo.
What a huge push from all of these ladies.
Oh
It
my
is.
God.
I think it's clear who the first, second, and third
Wow.
place are going to
Row
be, but
West.
how it shakes out is anybody's
Ready,
best guess at
set.
this point.
Row West is moving,
Bow ball to bow ball.
but Ready Set is like, no, we want it too.
Ready, set,
Wow.
row, pushing it ahead. Row West,
West
with
is
the big
rowing right
response
through.
just to shut down Greenwich Crew's
Wow.
response.
And as you can see, each of these crews rode right through the buoys. They did not stop because they know daggone well that they did not want to lose speed for that last piece of that race.
Absolutely.
That was sick.
What an incredible race.
Look
Great
at
finish
that
from
by
all of
1
those
second.
rowers.
1 second between Ready Set Row and Row West Racing right here.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about with strategizing and not wanting to leave it all up to the end there, because anything could happen and crews can have some dirty sprints tucked in their
Yep.
pockets, ready to take out and use at a moment's notice.
And
So
Ready Set Row really, whew.
yeah. Yeah, that was a huge response from Ready Set Row after they got a little bit of a walkthrough from that Greenwich Crew right in the last 10 to 15 strokes of the race to shut it all down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome. I was at the edge of my seat for that one, like literally.
Right.
I am not just saying that.